bags are packed, are you ready to go? This time tomorrow we'll be on the road, riding with you in the sunnier days. I wouldn't want it any other way.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Children of Éarte. We're so excited to see you. I guess as usual, let's just jump right over. Adam, who are our sponsors today?
All right, we have Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms. Thank you so much for your support. We have an Electrum chest code that is on the overlay and bouncing around in chat, so pay attention to all of those prompts. Thank you, Idle Champions. We have Die Hard Dice. You can use the code Éarte to get 10% off your order. We're also going to be giving away a $20 discount code. So prompts coming in chat for that as well. So make sure that you don't miss out on that. I think we still have some Tailspire codes. So this incredible 3D virtual tabletop that you can check out with these codes. So they are coming too. So all of that is happening in the nerve center of Twitch chat. So you know, keep up with what's going on in chat as you're watching the story here tonight. And Die Hard, so last time was Alicia, right? Like it feels like it's been a while.
Yeah, it was me last time. That's right.
That's what I thought. I just wanted to make sure. And so Die Hard has gifted our cast, and thanks Tall Halfling, at Tall Halfling for this, but Die Hard has gifted our cast with Jen's Jewels of Justice. Jen's Jewels of Justice. For us to roll here tonight.
That's
and
good.
So we're going to use Jen's Jewels of Justice instead of digital dice because the digital dice seem like they bite us in the rear end way too much. So,
I love the digital.
I still use them. I know, right? What's wrong with me?
And finally, tonight you will hear the dulcet tones of Sirenscape because epic games need epic sound. I am Adam Bradford, the CDO at Demiplane. We have so much going on. These last 2 weeks are a complete and total blur to me. We're getting ready for an open beta for the Pathfinder character builder and digital character sheet, and things are really starting to come together. We've got a lot of updates and surprises that are coming out this week. For people who have been into the closed alpha. So we're getting closer and closer to that. So pay attention to that if you play Pathfinder. We have several other games with news coming here before too much longer as well. So lots going on. Tonight I am playing Silas Sorrell, your dimensionally displaced magical superfan. There it is.
I need a little moniker or something more interesting. Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, everybody, I'm Alicia Marie. You can find me all over socials at Alicia Marie Body. I'm a custom artist and an RPG performer, and I do a lot of cool things. And I actually have a really cool summer coming up. I feel like I'm on tour this summer because of all the conventions I'm bouncing around to. So I feel like I should post a tour schedule or something. Anyway, tonight, as usual, I am playing Fairuza Armstrong, Attorney of the Veil.
Ooh, Attorney of the Veil.
Hello, I am Jen Kretchmer. You can find me on socials as @DreamWisp. I'm actually announcing here for the very first time because I just got the email saying I can talk about it. I worked on a new system that is coming out from Odysseus called Dreams and Machines, which is super, super cool. I worked on it for a lot of last year. It's a really fantastic, cool, post-apocalyptic sci-fi world. I'm so excited. They dropped a trailer today and a website where you can sort of start to check out the world. Dreams and Machines. So please check it out.
So cool. It looks so cool.
And it comes out in August. And it's I'm really hyped that we can share. So yeah, I do that among other things. And tonight I will be playing your kick 'em in the jewels of justice, friendly neighborhood troublemaker, Maeve Morgan Flynn.
Hi, I'm Lauren Urban. I'm the content manager at Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms. You can find me on the socials as Oba Lauren. You can find me in a new show that's going to be coming out soon. Hey, you remember sometime in January, we were doing an episode of this show and I was in a different place and there was like antlers behind me. You should keep an eye on Elder Eye Entertainment because the Velvet Lodge is coming and I am excited. They finally dropped a trailer. So yeah, Jen, apparently it is also my day to be able to say I was in a thing. So yes.
Mama Bear, my Mama Bear is coming out.
Things and stuff and things. But tonight, all I really care about is the things that are happening here on this train with my character Neb, who is a little overwhelmed, but still kind of happy to be a hero.
Hello, everyone. My name is Hope LaVelle. You can follow me on Twitter at the Hope LaVelle. You can watch me be a dungeon master on Misfits of Alceta on Wednesdays. But tonight, more importantly, I am playing Miss Robin Beckett, your granny for hire.
Wonderful. And I'm Deborah Ann Woll. I'm your storyteller this evening. While many of you seem to have things beginning, I just closed a chapter. We finished doing Angels in America in DC. It was fantastic. I miss all of my friends, but it is good to be home. I am no longer in my remote place. I am back with all of my stuff. And I can do voices again because I don't have to worry about ruining my voice. So that will be very fun. But for now, let's settle in, get yourself something cozy to slip into or drink, and we will begin the 43rd chapter of Children of Éarte. So, uncharacteristically, last week was the first time we ended without a major cliffhanger. You all spoke with Ivy. You got some information. You started to put together a lot of the pieces. Pivm, this gnome bandicoot creature, has been hanging out with you and helping fill in some of the gaps. But you were all very tired and very dirty and very wounded. And so watches were set as you all went to sleep. I believe Maeve and Fairuza, you are up first to do the watch starting at 3 a.m. in the morning. And while this is going on, we agreed that anyone who watches Maeve drive the train, uses 2 to 3 hours to spend sort of observing Maeve, can pick up enough information to drive the train themselves. So Fairuza, you will be observing, if you would like, Maeve as she drives this train through the night. Neb and Silas, you are going to do the second watch, but right now you are asleep. And Robin and Pivm, you are also at rest. And we'll take the last watch. So we'll start with Maeve and Fairuza in the cabin. Fairuza, you are shoveling fuel into the firebox while Maeve keeps an eye on the train. As I said, it's a very clear, beautiful night. The wildlife seems to be sort of coming out again after this storm has passed. And it's, you're warm and toasty in this train engine.
It's nice to finally be like actually somewhat comfy and safe, you know what I mean, after like a couple days in the sea underwater.
Well, until we either hit 213 again tomorrow morning, or the train stops again, or we hit another avalanche. But yeah, comfy and safe.
Exactly. In the car we're in, there's like a glass window somewhere, right?
It's open. So the train cabin up front there is no glass really. I mean, it's just open side windows, open to the back. You every once in a while have to climb up and get the wood out of the tinder and bring it down to feed it into the oven. So yeah, it's warm and toasty in there because the firebox is so hot. But you are exposed in open air.
Okay.
Little roof on it, but yeah.
A little roof. Okay, because I'm trying to picture it in my head.
A little roof.
Like Fairuza's, I mean, this is hard work, right? She's sweating, right? Like
I'll offer for you, Fairuza, the first time you did this, it was really hard. Now it's starting to feel a little easier. Maybe you're getting used to it. Maybe you've gotten some muscle from swimming around under the ocean for so long. Who knows? But it is definitely work. You are, you have not had a rest. You are still covered in salt and
Maeve's a taskmaster.
You and Maeve are still, a little worse for wear here.
Okay. Maeve, what you see is you just see Fairuza focusing because she really wants to learn how to do it. If you look at her hair is definitely longer. Like it's grown, and you would notice that, and you would also notice that the blue marks on her face, they just seem a little bit more pronounced. And at one point she stands up and just sort of wipes her brow, and she's like, "Oh my God, how did you even learn how to do this so well? I mean, you just picked it up. You read the book and you learned how to do all this?
Simple instructions, yeah.
Oh my God.
It's like anything else.
Well, at least does it look like I'm doing
that complicated? It's switches and levers, and you just follow the diagram, and it says to push this one and pull that one, and
I'm impressed.
And Maeve shows you on a number of the different gauges. There are little, tick marks made with marker or, Sharpie to kind of show like, oh, well, if the water level goes out of this range or the pressure goes out of this range. So there's little gauges that you keep your eye on to make sure that nothing, blows up.
Okay.
Well, you managed law school.
Well, I mean, you could always have like a second or third, fourth, fifth career, like, Robin, if you ever wanted to, because I'm actually going to say I'm impressed. Does it look like I'm doing it right?
I mean, so far, I suppose.
Right. As long as I don't mess anything up, I think I'm fine.
As you practice it, Fairuza, you find there is a feel for it. As Maeve shows you how to, brake a little bit as you're going down a hill, there's a little feel for it. It takes you a little while to learn exactly how to do it at the right pace. But Maeve's a good teacher.
Okay. I'm sorry. I was like, okay. I guess where's our next stop again?
We're going to the. We're headed to the Bellwether Cap, the iceberg, where we're going hiking, the glacier.
Right. That's
because
right.
nothing sounds more exciting than hiking on a glacier. It's exactly what I think of when I think of hiking. I think I'll just go hike a big ice cube. It's just that's the natural inclination for hiking. Is that where you usually go hiking?
I mean, like I said, I'm totally fine. The cold never bothered me anyway. But
okay, Elsa.
I love it. But I mean, I hope I brought the right clothing. All of our stuff is still here, right? No one's been rifing through it like those little sprites that hang around this train.
I don't know. We should check the camera feed. Kidding.
Pivm. That's his name, right? Pivm?
Pivm? Yes.
Pivm. I think it's kind of funny that Pivm thinks that we're like the creatures of like fairy tales that he grew up reading about when like you're a garden gnome dude.
I mean, I didn't expect to be a creature of lore. No, that wasn't what I was expecting when I woke up this morning. But
it feels good to be talking. Like actually.
Apparently, you did, Elsa.
What? No. It feels good to be talking to someone though. Like an actual thing that we can have a conversation with.
It's true. We haven't
that
found
knows a lot about
people.
Things, Besides the mirror lady.
There are still a bunch of things that aren't making sense to me. I still don't understand. Why was Steve in the mine?
I didn't really think of that. But yeah, why was he down there? And frozen, like stiff. He only came to life after Hope and I molested
if we needed
him.
the washes, and the washes were on the train.
Mm-hmm. That's actually a really good question.
And if Steve had to protect all of the rulers, and Talron was a ruler, why would Talron attack Steve? There were things here that aren't adding up.
Great. I'm not gonna be able to sleep tonight. Because now I'm gonna wonder. What else? What else is on your mind? Come on, spill it. I don't get to talk to you very often, so let's spill it.
You talk to
usually
me
being
every
attacked
day.
by something. No, we're actually being attacked by something or trying to figure something out or swimming in the water where we can't talk anyway. What else has been floating through your head?
I mean, there's just still a lot of pieces in there. I think that Jen isn't sure how much of what I'm thinking about Maeve would understand.
Oh, okay. Okay, never mind. Never mind.
I literally have a list of questions that I have that I'm trying to figure out what Maeve would have pieced together. It just does seem there are just pieces of this that aren't adding up to me. And Ivy was lying to us, and I'm not sure why.
Really? You just sensed that she was lying, or was it like a part of your...
Yeah. It's tough to lie to someone who knows when they're being lied to.
You know what? You would have made a really good lawyer. A certain type of lawyer, but you would have made a really good one.
Maeve...
Jen's gonna roll a dice. Gonna roll a jewel.
Maeve bristles a little at that. Just a little.
But I suppose you like what you're doing. I mean, law school's definitely not an easy thing, but you kind of think like some of my colleagues. I'm not sure if I miss them or not, but yeah.
Law school, it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
A lot of expectations.
Yeah.
Suddenly it goes dark. Any moonlight dropped out as you enter a tunnel. You can feel the sort of the heat and the smoke from the stack up ahead sort of come through the windows. You end up feeling like, you can see why train engineers and robbers and stuff cover their mouths, because it immediately kind of enters your nostrils and your lungs. It lasts for about 30 seconds and the train comes out again into the open, but you can sense much more certainly now that you have moved inland quite a bit away from the coast. The mountains are getting more intense. They're getting taller. And Maeve, as you're driving and as you're showing Fairuza, you're starting to notice there's been much more of an incline. You're starting to do these really wide tacks as the train climbs in altitude. It's even possible that as your ears popped as you were going down under the water, you are now beginning to feel that little bit of a pop and pressure change as you begin to gain altitude.
Okay. Is it getting colder? Are we starting to feel colder or no?
Oh, yeah. It's always cold. It's always very cold, but you're in the cabin is remaining, this engine remains warm as long as the firebox is being fueled.
Okay, that's fine. How much longer do we have till we get to...
You're not sure.
The ice? We're not sure. We're just gonna keep going until we...
It would have been nice if a GPS kept working here.
True. We're kind of just blindly, I guess, going from location to location. I mean,
at least we're
sometimes
on rails.
Stop it.
DM wins.
No, but we're not, though.
Party literally on rails.
Our party is literally on rails, and then the rest is sandbox. Because it's the best game.
Yeah. But we hear nothing, right?
Continue.
Do we but everything's peaceful, right? We don't see anything.
It's a beautiful night. I mean, in comparison to some of these nights that you've had, and especially the storm that came through, you can see the stars. I mean, this storm just pulled all of the clouds out of the sky, and because there's not much of a moon, I mean, they are just bright, those stars in the sky, and more than you've seen in your life. I mean, growing up in New York and these places with the light pollution, this is the first time you're really looking up at the star and you can see the haze of the Milky Way, those distant stars. Just an absolutely open sky, stopped only by the dark crags of the mountain sort of reaching off on the right side of the train.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what Pivm is saying, but this is pretty nice for purgatory.
Certainly could be worse. Do those constellations, they're recognizable to us because it's the Milky Way?
Yeah, I mean, as far as I mean, I could only really ever find Orion's belt and the North Star, but yeah, you can see things that look like the constellations of Earth.
Okay.
But certainly more stars than you are used to seeing. There could be, it's harder to find them because they are in a sea of so much more pinpoints.
Maeve takes a second and sort of fiddles with her necklace and looks up at the stars as we sort of clear the tunnel and go into that the openness of that space and just, you know, I haven't always lived in the big city, so this isn't something completely new to Maeve, but this is still probably even more remote than anywhere I've been before.
Yeah.
That's
I'll
right.
offer for you, there's one particular constellation that seems to just burn brighter than you've seen on any others. Hold on.
I was going to message you and ask
Yes.
that. So I'm
that burn,
SPM
just
ever.
so much brighter than you're used to, and they seem to form kind of the shape of sort of two bodies holding hands.
Okay, when you were sort of fingering your necklace, Maeve, you noticed Fairuza just staring at your necklace because she'd never really like paid attention to it before, but she's just looking at your necklace.
Maeve has a bunch of necklaces that so I wear a couple of different body chains, and there were a few different layered necklaces that I wear, but the one there that she was fiddling with is a simple silver necklace with just a hand on it. It's just
Yeah, so yeah, Fairuza's looking at it and she just says, she like sort of reaches to where you like, do you mind? And she just sort of like,
I mean,
she sort of looks at it.
I just
What
found
is
it in a
that?
shop. I
It's
liked
just a
it.
hand.
Nothing special. Kind of tuck it back away.
You like jewelry? Or just chains in
bit.
general?
A bit. It's just one. I happen to like it. I mean, Maeve has a couple of different rings, and just there are a few random pieces of jewelry she wears. It's yeah.
Because Fairuza only has the one necklace. I don't have it on right now. I should. That's ridiculous. But she has the one necklace that she asked me, and that's it. I mean, I've never worn a lot of jewelry, but I like the ones you have on, and I just didn't know if those had a meaning or anything, or just
No,
pretty.
I mean, I just, this one I found in a shop years and years ago, and just I liked it. The others are just over the years I've collected different things, and I wasn't expecting to be wearing them for this long, but there you are. And then some of the other things she's wearing are just kind of, one is a vine tattoo. I'm sorry, she has a vine tattoo on her wrist, but there's a ring of a vine that sort of echoes that she wears. And then there's one that's a crescent moon and a star that she wears, among other things. So just a bunch of different random pieces, bits and pieces.
Just decor.
Just simple. They tend to be pretty simple and not obstructive jewelry. Nothing's heavy, but just, the kind of things that you might. And nothing is fine jewelry. I mean, she's 20, like early 20s, so you don't have the money to go.
Yeah.
Early 20s working in a mailroom. You don't have the cash to go prioritize fine jewelry. So
You have ivy. It's an ivy tattoo?
It's not ivy, it's a grapevine.
Oh, it's a grapevine. Grapevine, that's right.
I got this on a trip to Italy. After college I went back through Europe, and I was in Italy and I might have had a bit of wine, and it just seemed fitting. So
You traveled a lot though growing up because of your family and everything. I think you said.
yeah,
So-
my mum was in the army, so we traveled quite a bit. So
You said after college you went to Italy. What did you study in school?
a lot of things. Communications.
Communications. Well, I mean, do you like what you do now? Do you like what you do?
Do you?
Yeah, I mean, I worked really hard to, and this is what makes it difficult about being here right now. And it's something that Nev and I've talked about many a watch. I am not sure how I feel about all of this. I'm not 100% sure yet because I've worked so hard to get where I am right now in the law firm that I work in. It's not easy to be a junior attorney. So I'm proud of it. At the same time, I like the fact that everything I'm doing here, I'm so used to doing everything like in a pattern, sort of like everything's thought of and researched before I do anything. But here, I don't think at all. I don't do any research before doing anything. And that's
And do you like not thinking? Or do you prefer to think?
You know what, Maeve? It's nice. I feel like I've spent my entire life thinking about everything I do before I do it. So here, it's like, the educated decision doesn't exist. You have to go with your gut. And that's new to me. So I'm kind of liking it. It's a difference. It's something new. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it'll help me be a better lawyer later on if I ever get back to where I'm supposed to be. You know? I suppose. Maybe it'll help me understand some of my ridiculous clients better. And
Who's the strangest client you've ever had?
The strangest what? Oh, the strangest client I ever had? Let me think. Luckily, I don't get to do a lot of criminal. Although, when you first start working for a law firm, they do give you the kind of crappy cases because they want to see that you're willing to be a team player and take them. So I did have like the situations where, someone's cat attacked someone else and they're suing them for it. Or
Ah,
you know what I
yes.
got a lot of?
The infamous cat attack cases.
Yes. I got a lot of bidding, a lot of situations where couples split up and they're trying to do the family thing, who's going to keep the dog, who's going to keep the cat sort of thing. I got a lot of those.
You went through divorce law and torts, and now you're in
family. Yes.
Family law.
I do family now. Yeah, I'm just distinctly in family now. So I do a lot of family, a lot of divorce. And one thing you'll find in my
So no cat divorces though. Cat custody.
No, but there is custody agreements with cats and dogs. You'd be surprised. But you'll notice one thing about a lot of people in my particular angle of law, we tend to not get married. And it's because divorce law is so crazy. You know what I mean? This is a bizarre conversation to be having right now, but yeah, interesting. I've gotten pretty good at what I do. But I do,
Couldn't you
it
just
would be
make an
nice one day
airtight
to,
prenup?
you don't understand how many pages long those can be, especially depending on the couples that I'm working with. Some
Fair
of these
enough.
people have no
Look,
business
marriage
even
is
being
a social construct, and you don't have to do it if you don't want.
there. Exactly. It would be nice
Your
to fall in love,
relationship is
though.
between you and your partner or partners. It's your call. So, do what you want. But just saying, if you wanted, if you ever found someone you wanted to get married to, it seems like you could figure that out. You're a smart woman.
I am, aren't I?
It doesn't seem like you'd earned that word on your sweatshirt there. You like to wear so much. Show it off in case anyone wondered what you were doing in Cambridge, Massachusetts.
Yeah, it's serious. You know what? I seriously got a wardrobe of these from my family when I graduated. They were so proud of me that I just bust. So I was like, let me just bring these on the trip. Remind people that I kind of know what I'm talking about. Unfortunately, they mean nothing here. Absolutely nothing. You know, Maeve, I would love to be in love one day. I never have. There's something with my emotionality that I'm gonna have to work on. That's something. Maybe there's something I can learn here in this wild. But have you ever been in love? Like really in love? Maybe. I have not.
Well, I hope that if that's something you want for yourself, that you can find it.
If we ever get out of here. Or we don't get
Or
out.
maybe you find it here. Maybe you find it with Pivm Bandicoot. Maybe you will be Fairuza Bandicoot, attorney at law.
Fairuza Bandicoot kind of has
You
a ring
will
to
be
it.
The most...
Or
Never
Pivm
dated someone
Armstrong.
shorter.
Or Pivm Armstrong, attorney at law.
I'll definitely need a prenup. I have
As you-
no idea what he comes with.
As you've been having this conversation in Fairuza, there have been intellectual revelations, emotional revelations, but you're finding the more you run the train and the more that Maeve's, jeweled and tattooed hands kind of help you find the feel for it, it's beginning to get easier. And even during this last conversation, you've been able to really talk with Maeve and let your attention shift and still by feel run this train. As 6 a.m. begins to come around, you feel fairly confident that if Maeve were to leave you alone, you would be able to run this train on your own. And it is the end of the first watch if you would like to pass it along.
Perfect. Who's next? Let's go with
Neb
Mom.
and Silas.
Yeah.
Now they do not know how to run the train, so if you want to bring it to a stop, they can keep the engine warm so that the electricity and everything keeps working. But they, as of now, do not know how to run this train.
Should I test my skills and stay up for 30 minutes and give him a quick tutorial, Maeve?
They need 2 to 3 hours. They need to watch for 2 to 3 hours in order to be able to do it themselves.
Oh my god. So we're gonna have to. All right. Well, I guess we're just gonna have to. Do you feel like you need some sleep? Or do you feel wide awake, Maeve? Yeah.
It's been a long day.
Yeah.
If you don't sleep, you'll be pushing.
All right. Yeah, I
I
think
should sleep.
we're gonna have to park it for a minute. And then when Neb and Silas are awake, they can just make sure nothing comes aboard. Yeah.
All right.
And then the next time we'll have to figure out. The next time I'll try to train someone. I mean, I'm sure Robin would be up for it. She knows 400 different careers. Just add this one to the list. Unless she already knows, she might.
She did work as a train engineer, but it wasn't. I don't think she was ever a conductor or drove the train. She just worked around the train or building the train or both. Making model trains.
She worked around the train.
Making wedding dress trains. I'm not sure.
Yeah. All right. We'll just park it, and then with Maeve's bejeweled hands and tattoos, she's going to coax the train to a perfect stop.
It's very gentle. It stops along where literally the edge of the mountainside has been sort of cut out. There's a fairly steep drop down below on the left-hand side and a pretty sheer climb up to the right. The train is stopped really right on the edge of this mountainside. Snow everywhere. You can see the forest down below, but you are above the tree line. Where you are here now, there are no more trees. As you head back, you can wake up Neb and Silas.
Yeah, it looks like a safe place to stop, I think. All right. Bruce is gonna go to Silas's room. And is the door open or closed, Silas?
Nope, you're muted, Silas.
You're muted.
It's open. Pivm is in there as well.
Yes, Pivm is curled up in the shower.
Oh my, he is? Is he really in the shower still?
Yes, he's curled up in
Okay.
the shower.
Bruce is gonna first she's gonna walk and then she's gonna be quiet, tiptoe towards the bed where Silas is, and like pick up like a towel that's folded up and kind of like
You're
swat him
playing.
with it.
You're being
Si-
swatted
Wake
away.
up.
Silas.
It's your
All right.
turn.
All right. Okay. All right. You don't have to. Wow. You were always trying to hit me.
Yeah.
All right.
Just want to wake you up. Just want to get you up because you
Yeah.
do have to take. Maeve and I brought the train to a stop, but you guys are gonna have to just make sure. I guess it stays stable while we're sleeping, just for a little bit.
Yeah. I know how to shovel coal, so yeah, we're all good.
Should we leave that in the shower? Should we wake it up?
That is
Well, you know what I mean.
Crash Pivm Bandicoot,
Yeah.
and
Leave
I
him?
don't think he's going anywhere anyway. So yeah, I think we're leaving him.
I mean, I don't know how Silas slept with it, but all you hear is
I'm gonna reconsider this engagement.
Yeah, well, I mean, honestly, I'm used to it. I had a partner that snored like a sawmill, so completely fine. Very used to it.
Did you sleep okay? Did you have any dreams?
Oh yeah, I always have dreams. Like I don't always remember them, but I am a very prolific dreamer. This time I was saving some orphans. You know, I will say that I flew though. Like I was flying in my dream, and I don't often do that, and it just kind of just makes me wonder if I'm going to be able to do that one day. But
That's what I was gonna
we'll
say.
see.
Maybe it's something that's coming next for you.
It might. I mean, I'm lifting heavier and heavier things with my mind. And I've always said that telekinesis is the best superpower because all these polls that they put out there with people, it's ridiculous. Always at the top of the list when you poll 100 people, what superpower do you want more than anything else? People will say flying. And they're completely thinking about it wrong because you don't say flying, you say telekinesis. Why? Because if
Why?
you become good enough at telekinesis, then you can fly because you can pick your own body up and move it, which is
And
flying.
throw yourself?
Well, I mean, no, it's like hovering, levitating. It's just like, and you see Silas at this point in time just kind of picks up something and he's just kind of like moving something around. And he's like, it's just moving something bigger around. That is flying. That's why telekinesis is by far the best.
You know what I would say, Silas, if someone asked me what my superpower, what my like wish list of a superpower would be?
Okay, what would it be? This says a lot about you, so think carefully.
It says a lot about me.
Yeah.
All right. It would be the ability to manipulate time.
Oh, okay.
If there's superpower.
All right, Cher. That sounds good. And then Silas is like, all right, I guess you need to get some sleep, right?
Yeah. And I like to rewind and go back to about 15 minutes ago. I think Maeve may have left you some coffee up front, and she's saying this as she's walking to her room doing this.
yes.
Yeah,
As
coffee
you get
is
in-
just garbage.
Fairuza.
He says under his breath.
Fairuza, as you go and get into your bed, there is a marked difference from the last time that you tried to sleep in this particular bed. You do not fit lengthwise in your bed any longer.
I don't, or he doesn't.
You do not, Fairuza.
Oh, I don't.
And this is the first time in like a familiar space where you're like, first night I fit. You 100% do not fit. So unless this train shrunk.
And she's sitting there just sort of looking, and she curls up in a ball and like just shakes her head and puts her head down and starts dreaming about like giant people. She's like, what is happening to me? And just falls asleep.
Maeve, do you get Neb?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
So I'll go and knock on the door.
And
Nadia.
she answers, I heard Silas and Fairuza talking. I think they were talking about flying. Hi.
Hi. I'm not flying. I can't fly. I don't know why they're flying. Flying would be easier than planes. Usually that's a quicker trip. But, unfortunately, I can't help with that, so it's your turn. to keep things warm and working and safe.
I can do it, especially since I'll have Silas to tell me what to do.
Great. No, it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
It'll be
It's gonna be
fine.
fine. Don't go running around outside. If you can both stay put. Why am I telling people? Why do I feel like a parent telling people? I'm gonna go to bed.
Yeah, go to bed.
This has been a long day when I'm
It-
telling y'all to be responsible. Good night. And I
night.
just walk off to go to bed.
As she walks off, Neb can't help but like, as soon as she's alone for a second, like poke her head out a window.
Mm.
Why have I been told not to run around? Is there still stars? that
Pretty
she can see?
immediately. First of all, as you stick your head out, you see the sheer immediate vertigo as you see the fairly sheer drop off the side.
Oh,
the
that's
left
why I'm
side of
not
the
supposed
screen.
to go outside. Okay.
And as you turn and look up to the sky, yes, indeed, you see this incredible. Now it's just beginning to lighten up a little bit here at 6 a.m. The sun won't rise for a little bit longer, but it's starting to peak, and so, not quite as dark and brilliant as it was for them at 3.
I'm gonna run over to the front of the train.
Silas, you're making your way towards the engine is real.
Yeah, I mean, I start, putting wood in or
All right.
whatever has to happen to keep it.
Yep.
Go
And you pull down more wood from the tinder, and keep that fire going. You two can just get comfortable in the engine room.
Oh, there's no comfort. Neb comes running on in. Is Silas. How
Yeah.
long can we leave the fire unattended before things get bad?
I'm not really sure. When I used to roast marshmallows, it was like, probably 30 minutes before you had to mess with it, but I'm not really sure how a train works.
I mean, marshmallows have got to be a good barometer, right?
Can't you just start fires maybe?
Yeah.
If it goes out, is it the end of the world? Can you just start it again?
Well, I'd rather it not go out because I stick a bunch of wood in there, and then I want you to help me get on top of the train.
Why?
Well, because I've kind of been trying a couple times, and I haven't yet.
Oh,
Looked outside.
okay.
I wanna look outside, and I also kind of want to. The last couple times I tried to get on top of the train, I failed miserably.
Okay,
But
say no more. Say no more.
Okay.
And then Silas goes and grabs kind of a bundle of wood. It's way too much probably, but he's completely acting fine with it. And then he does telekinetically lift a couple more and start walking with those in there. And he fills it up as much as it will fit without smothering the fire.
Okay, fantastic. Yeah, great. You've
right.
stuffed it full of wood.
All right, we can go up there for just a little while, but do you have a watch or something? Because I definitely don't wear them. I use my phone, but my phone has been gone for several days now.
Same with me. So no, we're just gonna have to be good and only stay up there for a little bit. So I'm counting on you to
That's
keep
not
an
a good
eye.
idea, but
Yeah, I know,
I'm sure we'll be
but-
okay.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine. It'll be absolutely fine. All right, and I'm gonna. Neb is intentionally going to the place where all
Okay.
those days ago, Silas climbed up to the top of the train and then had his little adventure hanging off the side.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So that's over the top of the the compartment car. So yeah, you guys head back through the the staff and dining area. Find that ladder. Now that the train is stopped, it's much easier. It's very cold to the touch, that metal, as you grab it, because that's just open and exposed. As but you can climb it. And
So Neb,
find
do you want
yourself on
help,
top.
or you want to do this by yourself, or?
A little bit of both. Can you make sure I don't fall off the cliff? Because the
Got it.
last time I fell off of this, it just hurt and I hit the tracks below. And the first time I didn't even get a chance to try. And I don't know if Maeve was worried that I was going to do this, but she distinctly told me not to go running around outside. So I'm not going to run and I'm not going to go out that way. I just want to go on top.
Got it. Okay.
Okay.
Have at it. I've
As you
got
get
my
up
eye
there,
on you.
there is snow. What you've noticed, though, immediately as you look at it, it's ice. This snow has frozen on top of this train. Certainly some of the areas are melting because inside it is warm, but it's a pretty well insulated train. So it is quite slippery up here, but there are lots of handholds and things to grab onto.
And I'll climb on up and find a spot. I don't even think she'll fully stand up. She's trying to be
Okay.
that careful, but
Okay.
immediately like look back down and go, come on, come on, come on.
All right, we can't stay up here long. Like, I mean, we need to make sure everybody else stays warm. But
No, absolutely,
Silas
absolutely.
is climbing. Yeah.
Okay. As you find your way up there, staying on your hands and knees so that you can hold onto the railings to get you some more stableness. But you can kind of find a little rut and find your footing. And you can look forward and backward. You are on the edge of not quite a cliff, but a very, very steep mountainside. Down below, you can see the forest as it stretches out. A bit of the ways behind you and to the left, you can see the bay way off in the distance there. And again, even further out, just to your left, you can see some ocean, but it is quite a ways away. You've come inland a good bit.
Once Silas has joined Neb on top, she's going to just flop onto her back and look straight up.
Yeah. The stars are glistening,
What are you
twinkling
doing, Neb?
almost. You can feel the cold, on your shoulder blades and your back and the back of your legs as you lie there. But you can't tell if the chills going up and down your spine are from the ice or from this vision of the sky.
Silas, come here, come here, come here.
Yeah. Okay.
See?
Give me perception checks, both of you.
Oh,
You can do that for me.
You
It's
got
a
it.
2.
Great.
It's a 25.
All right. Both of you lie down, head to head, with this like puzzle piece fit as you look up at the sky. And right at the edge of the western skyline, the opposite side of where the sun is rising, you see just the hint of a purple greenish glow in the sky, which you immediately begin to recognize as the Aurora Borealis. Just a tiny little bit of streak. It looks like waves in the sky, like a shoreline wrinkle as it begins to sort of the sun begins to hit and illuminate. It is absolutely magic.
Okay, ma'am. It was a good idea.
Silas, I've been waiting since we got on this train. I mean, maybe not to be on top of the train, but to do this, to see. This is why I came. This is why I was convinced to come.
To see the northern lights or to just see the stars?
Any of it. Any of it. I've only ever been in New York City, and when I get stories about any of this, I couldn't really see any of it because the light pollution was too bad.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
Yeah, when I was a kid, I don't know if you knew this, but I'm a country boy. And so I grew up, way outside of cities and used to be able to see the stars. But then when I moved, even closer to Atlanta and some of the places I've lived over the years, just it isn't the same. So it does take getting out away from all the hustle, the bustle, the lights, and you see things like this. So yeah, it's something special.
And Neb will just kind of lie there watching for a little while. I think she'll try to be conscious of how long they're up there, and maybe like the snow and the cold will help, but
About
she's
10,
just
15 minutes pass, and I'll offer you, Neb. You are pulled out of your reverie by a whistle. Seems to be coming from the engine.
Oh no, we broke something.
Silas,
how can we
Silas-
break anything? We're up
Silas is gonna jump down and try to get down
right.
very quickly.
Give me a dexterity saving
Oh,
throw, please.
no.
It's very icy. Please do not fall
Nice.
off this mountain, Silas.
Please,
He's
Silas,
fine
no.
with it. He'll catch himself. All right, let's see. That is just a straight dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity
Is that what
saving
you
throw.
said? That will be dirty 20.
Dirty 20. All right, you managed to hold on. It's your feet slip a little bit out from underneath you on the ice of the roof and the cold, icy railings as you pull yourself down, but you have a pretty good grip, and you're able to get yourself down safely to the interlocking between the two trains. Do you want to run through the train or on the tracks?
Whatever the fastest way to get to the whistle would be, but I am going to turn around. Neb, come on. We need to make sure that we didn't screw this up.
I'm sure it's fine. It's fine. And I will make my way down. I'll be slightly more
You're gonna
careful.
be safer. Okay.
Yeah.
I want to try to help her if I can.
Okay,
I mean, I
fantastic.
imagine it's not too tall that he could almost reach her. Right?
Yeah, you can reach Neb.
Yeah.
It was just because you did it fast that
Yes.
being more careful, Neb is able to pick her way down with your help safely. You do think jumping down and running along the side of the train is going to be faster than opening all the doors and making your way through the inner parts and then taking that, the pass through and the tinder. So this way you jump down onto the gravel on which side? Do you want to go on the cliff side or on the mountain side?
Whatever is closest to not falling off. So I assume that's the mountain, right?
Mountainside. Okay, great.
Yes.
You jump down on the mountainside. You are in this narrow chasm between the side of the train and the rocks. As you begin to run down the side, the echo of that whistle getting louder and louder. As you come up towards the front of the engine, you can hear it getting louder and louder. There is some sort of steam pressure that is just wailing through this whistle. Pretty soon it is probably going to wake up the rest of your party.
Do I know how to release
Climb
that?
right up and check, and you're gonna climb up the thing. Let's do. What do you want to do when you get into the engine room, into the engine
I mean, I don't know what Silas has actually observed before versus what he is. Is this something new?
You have not heard this before. This does
No, I
not
have not
sound
heard this
like the
whistle.
train whistle, for crossings or anything.
Well,
like
yeah.
that.
I mean, I'm just gonna get up there and try to
Okay, give me an investigation
determine
check.
the source of the.
I would
you
love
can do
to
that
help
if you
with that. I think
You look as well.
yeah, Neb is
I
basically
have
like
a +4.
A +4, and what's your investigation plus or your intelligence plus?
my intelligence plus is a +3.
Okay. Both of you just dash up into that engine room and start looking around at everything. There are so many little wheels and levers and pulleys and strings hanging from the ceiling and gauges everywhere. You just begin checking all of the gauges. And like Fairuza, like Maeve showed Fairuza before, you can see that someone has marked with a Sharpie places that are the acceptable ranges. As you begin to look at the temperature and the pressure, the temperature is way up past the line of the range that it is supposed to be, and the pressure is through the roof. In fact, you can see the glass itself at the top of that pressure gauge is vibrating.
Okay, we got to cool this down, I think.
Okay.
Do you have anything that can do that?
I mean, you don't just keep like a
We got
bucket of
some
water around you or something?
I don't know. And so Silas is gonna is there a bucket of some sort?
Yeah, sure.
Somewhere. Okay, so he's gonna telekinetically float the bucket out towards snow, but then he's going to, with his real hands, start just literally taking snow and throwing it inside the fire to just see if we can get it colder, and then basically putting the bucket out there for Neb if she wants to try to do it, and then he can float it back and forth.
Okay, great. Silas, as you go and open up the firebox door, a gust of hot air and flames bursts out. I need another dexterity saving throw, please.
That's a 19.
That is a 19. You are just able to throw yourself off of the train as this fire explodes out of the firebox, just filling the whole engine room full of smoke and fire. You throw yourself to the ground. You're still going to take half damage on this. Hold on. Okay, that's only going to be 4 fire damage on that. Oh no, great. Yes, the 4 will be fine. As you throw yourself to the ground, just avoiding the major burst of that fire explosion. Neb, you are down on the ground, having not come up yet near this bucket, having seen, and the fire is just roaring out of that firebox, filling the entire engine room with fire.
I got a bucket full of snow, but that seems like it's gonna need a lot more than a bucket full of snow. What do we got to do?
I mean, I don't know. We just need to get it down. So we need water or snow. So even if it's little, we're gonna have to do something here.
Well, I got a bucket. How filled with fire is the engine room?
I mean, it's all coming from that firebox door, which is right at the center, at the bottom of the engine room. Now, you could get up there fairly close, but you're going to be in danger. And getting close to that fire, it's going to be a little bit of a trick to do it.
I think as soon as
there's going to be some kind of poker or something like that in here, right? That people put that people can mess with the fire while it's going. Is that
so?
Correct statement?
There's the shovel that you've been, there's a shovel and a poker, kind of combo that you've been using to sort of move the wood around within the firebox.
Okay.
But you still have to get close enough.
I'm going to telekinetically lift the shovel.
Okay.
And I can use the shovel just as if I was holding it, and I'm going to start, trying to keep air from the fire as much as I can.
Okay.
I literally just put out a fire in a fire pit yesterday on accident, so I'm trying to do it on purpose this time.
Gotcha.
And Neb
yes.
is going to, she's holding the bucket,
Yes.
and I'll get it cooled off, and she's going to jump in and try to throw as much snow into the
all
thing
right,
as
you climb up into the heat, getting as close as you can, please you can make an acrobatics or a dexterity check to see if you can sort of dodge the flames to get close enough.
Let's see what happens. That is a 6.
That is a 6. You get in there, you throw some snow into the firebox, immediately the steam that comes off of that, as those come forward, you take 11 hot fire damage as this begins to just sear onto your face and your skin as you get close to it, stumbling back. Do you want to get down?
Just stay back, Neb. It's fine. And try to find more water if you can. Otherwise, I'm just going to try to smother it in here because I don't have to get close.
I think she stumbles out. Ow,
climbs
ow.
down, and you immediately maybe jump in the snow, trying to help let the cold of the snow begin to sort of, cool down those burns all over your skin. Silas, you do notice that with the snow in there helping to dampen some of the flame, with what you're doing with raking it, getting out some of that extra wood and extra fuel, it is now finally starting to abate. The whistle sound is beginning to go away. And if you were to be able to kind of just peek in and around the side, see any of those gauges, things are slowly dropping the more you continue to do this.
I got another bucket.
I think I'll take the bucket. I'll drop the shovel for a second and then grab that from her with telekinesis and then float it over there and dump it.
All right. Your tag team system here is finally bringing that fire down to a more stable level. You can see that the engine cabin itself is now habitable. As you look at the wreckage up there, there is soot on everything. Anything that is wood in there has been, scorched with this sort of small explosion. But as you look inside the firebox and poke around in it, you believe the firebox itself is intact. But I'll say, with some of your country knowledge, Silas, you do know that if a boiler gets too hot, there can be problems here. But it looks like as of now, everything is its internal workings are still intact.
Well, that was awkward. I'm so sorry. I didn't think that it was going to get that bad if we just took a few minutes. but
I mean, yeah, I don't know anything about trains. Like it's all uncharted territory here. So it's fine. I mean, I think what I'm most concerned about is uh I took my last blood pressure medicine pill today. So I don't have any more.
oh,
So I'm I don't know how that's going to go in a place like this. So I guess we'll hope for the best.
well, you've got magical healing. Can
Yeah.
you magically blood pressure?
I
Is
have
that a
no
thing?
idea. I don't know how to even do that. Like that's why I'm trying to like, meditate and, you know, you all thought it was just, trying to airbend or something. That's not what it's about. I'm trying to like, just kind of goose fraba, kind of calm myself down a little bit, here or there. But yeah, I tried to spread them out a little bit, but I only took a few with me because we were supposed to, be home by now for sure.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm sure it'll be fine. Did you get hurt? You want me to take a look at that? And then before even says too much, you see a little bit of kind of greenish light come out of the ring, and it's going to restore. Let's see. It's a total of 8 hit points of damage.
Okay.
She's going to look at that and go, well, I was going to say not so much, but I guess it's pretty obvious.
Yeah, I saw you get a little bit of burn there, and that's not comfortable. So
But no, add it to the list. I mean, I'll take it for. I mean, I don't think you should have gotten burned for me wanting to go on top of the train.
Oh no, I'm not worried
but-
about that. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, it was worth it. There's something about stars. I don't know what it is really, but there is something about stars. Like it's, I mean, I'm sure that from a net perspective, my blood pressure probably lowered a lot from the calmness of looking at the heavens, and it raised a little bit with that, but probably again just overall a net lowering. So we're probably good.
A net lowering would be good, but also a net you not getting hurt would be even better. And you can see she's holding, now that you've healed her a little bit, she's holding her rock in her hands and just kind of playing with it between her hands. And then as she's looking at you and you're talking about stars, it's like some of those stars start to come off of her rock and swirl a little bit in front of her. And
What you got going on there?
you're gonna get, is that it? Okay, 2 health back. Oh, you feel, oh no, get 2 health back as there's just a font coming up from where she's holding this rock of like swirling. It almost looks like the Aurora Borealis outside. It's like the greens and the purples swirling up from it. She's like, yeah, maybe this will help a little bit.
Yeah, no, that's nice. So, I mean, is this new, or have you done this before?
This is the first time I've done this, but this is also, today's kind of a day of firsts.
Yeah, it is that. It is that. All right.
And if you stay there, you'll get some more back because it lasts for a little while. So you get another 2 health back. And I think she stands there because you took, at that point, I think it'll heal you, and she'll just kind of watch it for a while until it goes away.
I mean, this
Okay.
is pretty nice.
Did that lower your blood pressure? I mean, not being burned probably lowered your blood
I don't
pressure.
know.
a lot,
I don't
right?
have a cuff with me because, again, like I didn't think, but I don't know. Maybe they have one in one of the compartments on this train. I mean, I know that we kind of tore it apart, but I wasn't exactly looking for that because I thought we would be home by now. But it's fine. I'm sure it'll be fine. And who knows? I might, get in some better shape and all that. Maybe it won't be as big of an issue. I mean, we're all like inches away from death like all the time in this place, so I'm sure it'll be okay.
Are you sure? Is there anything? I mean, despite the fact that I just dragged you on top of the train and then we almost blew up the train. Besides that, is there?
I don't get drugged anywhere I don't want to be drugged, so don't worry about that.
I appreciate you helping me get on top of the train and finally seeing that. But are you sure you're okay?
I'll be fine. It's just been a wild several days. Like yeah, I'm ready to figure out what on earth is going on with this stuff. And
you mean what on Éarte?
Yeah, what on Éarte? Yeah, I guess you're right.
Well, yeah. We got a lot of answers to things, but it's a lot to chew on, right?
It is, and that's the thing. When I reached out to Ivy's mind, it was it was really alien. Like I'm not sure if she was telling the truth, but I don't even know if I would know how to know if she was telling the truth, because it was just like, it was just, I don't know. I've never been trapped somewhere for too long, except for, I guess, the last, what is this, like 10 days or something. However long we've been here, I feel like I've been trapped in this place, but I haven't been trapped in, a mirror, and only get to go outside once a day for 1 minute or whatever. So I imagine that has an effect on the mind.
Yeah. And it sounds like she's alone except for the bowl. So that we've been lucky to have each other. So I haven't felt trapped at all because I've had all of you.
Yeah. And at the same time, it sounds like if she's to be believed, it sounds like she, I feel like she was truly in love with Julian. And so I don't know if she still is or not, but feels like she lost something there. And I know that's not that's not a party to get through.
Do you think you just need some more experience reading people's minds in order to parse that kind of stuff out?
I don't know, possibly. It is potential, but at the same time, I try not to I accidentally have picked up some things here or there from all of you, but it's not like I concentrate on it, because I feel like that's that doesn't feel right to do that.
I appreciate that. But if you ever want to work out your mind the same way that you were working out your muscles with Fairuza, you could always ask.
Okay. Well, what if I try to read your thoughts right now?
Okay. And
All right.
Neb will just she just plunks and sits down on the floor because she doesn't exactly know what to do. She'll just sit and be like, sure.
All right. I'm going to do it now. It shouldn't hurt. It's just things that I pick up on, and I am going to kind of hold my hand out, and I don't have to do that, but like I'm just trying to cue Neb into that it's happening, and start, and I imagine I'm picking up stars and northern lights.
What are your surface thoughts, Neb?
At this very moment, my surface thoughts are, well, so I wonder if he could just hear me when I'm just thinking in. Okay, he can just hear me. I wonder what else he can just hear. I wonder if, and then she'll picture in her head, she'll picture the stars and the aurora that we saw.
It was pretty special.
Wow. Okay. And out loud, she'll say, I don't know what else to try. I feel like this is one of those fun magic tricks, except it's like real magic.
Why don't you think of a number between 1 and 5,000?
Okay. I'm thinking of one.
33?
Yes!
Yeah. Amazing.
I mean, I was going to ask how'd you know, but then, you're reading my mind. Okay.
You know how I know. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like, I'm going to stop now, but because, I think I can, it's a little bit of like a pressure thing. It's almost like, I can't explain it because it's not, it's mental, but it's almost like pressing your hand up against, a window maybe or something. And so it's like when I first press up against the window, I can see anything inside the window. Right. But then, like, if I want to touch or smell or taste anything beyond the window. Like if I want to go deeper than that, it feels like I've got to push through the window. Now I did that with that octopus, believe it or not. I did that with the octopus, so I don't know
Yeah. You mean the
exactly
big
what.
one, the one that got into the
Yes.
okay, the habitat.
Yes, but I think that's because an octopus is really, really smart. I saw that Netflix documentary on that, right?
Right?
And so I think so. But then I couldn't do it with a shark, and so I think that it's got to be like, I don't know, some kind of creature that maybe reasons or something. So I feel like I could do it to a dolphin, for instance, but maybe not to a shark, right? And so, but the thing is I don't want to come up against that window inside your head and push through, because it's like a pressure thing at that point, and I don't know if it'll break or not. But I mean, if we ever come up against a threat, I certainly would make sure that we are all protected if I needed to do it. But there's just no need to do that right now.
And throughout this whole part of this conversation, Neb's surface thoughts are looking out the window of the train to see the trees, as you're talking about pressing up against a window, and she's remembering that moment in where Robin put her burnt hand up against the cold window, and then they saw the little fairies. And then as you mention animals, all of those she's picturing them in her head. And then there's these idle thoughts of any of the animals that you mentioned that she hasn't turned into. I wonder if I could turn into that. And then
I think you could, and Silas just keeps forgetting that he's just
Right.
reading the surface thoughts, and
Yeah.
he's like answering questions as she's putting them forward. Like, yeah, I mean the little pixies or snowflake fairies or whatever they were, really aggravating, and then he just keeps. It's
No,
like
they're the worst.
I still keep wondering if you could turn into a dinosaur too, and he's just like kind of responding to all these popcorn thoughts.
Yeah, as you guys
yeah.
continue through this, the sun is rising. Time is passing. You're enjoying it's almost fully risen at this point.
So
Well, I
think
appreciate you letting me practice there.
Yeah. If you want any more practice, just let me know. I mean, we've all got to practice, I guess. We've all got to get used to whatever it is we can do. And I mean, I'm counting myself super lucky that we've run into Pivm and I've got someone else I can ask about at least some of the things that I can do. But you still, like any new skill, we gotta work it out, right?
Absolutely.
And I'm not doing push-ups with you and Fairuza. I'm sorry. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah, I need to. Out of blood pressure medicine. All right.
All right.
But I guess let's get you to bed so that you can get in the
Get
rest
the
of your
old
rest.
man to bed. Yeah.
Keep your blood
I'm
pressure
headed there.
real low, just very calm. What was that word you used?
Goosefraba.
Goose. And
Goosefraba.
and if this is like the tail end of that, she's now picturing a Canadian goose in her head. Just like, oh, those are big. I wonder
Not
if I
that
could turn into one
kind.
of those.
Not that kind.
Oh, okay. All right. And yeah, we'll go.
You make your way back. One of you can get Robin. One of you can get Pivm.
I'll go
I'll
get
go
Robin.
get Pivm. He's in my room.
Yeah, he's kind of there.
Silas, as you enter your room, you don't hear the snoring. In fact, you see Pivm already dressed, sort of rooting through some of the towels, drying himself off. He sees you enter. He goes,
I took another shower.
Took another shower.
Yes.
Wow. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how much water we actually have in here, like at any given time. So one of the things that you might not know, Pivm, is that when you take a shower, it draws water from something called a hot water heater. And if you do that too much, then other people who might want the artificial rain aren't going to have warm rain. So
Magic
we
will
just
run out.
yeah. So just cool your jets a little bit on the showering crash. Got it?
You got it.
All right.
But
It's your turn for watch. Yeah, Miss Robin should be waiting on you out there.
Ah, exciting. Everything okay?
Yeah, everything's fine. Everything, just no incidents of any sort. The boiler was perfectly fine. Fire did not.
He looks at
blow-
you. He sees, quite a bit of soot and things along your face. If you have not looked at a mirror since your incident, he goes,
Well, there's enough magic. You should take a shower.
yeah, you're right. I will when I wake up. And then Silas goes and lays back down.
Pivm leaves the hallway and starts walking down the hall.
I'll knock on Robin's door. Miss Robin?
Oh, yes. Come in.
Okay, I feel like it's very impolite to come walking in on somebody, especially here when we have doors. And I'll come on inside.
You'll see Robin is just putting a picture frame kind of into her trunk and wrapping it in like a little quilted blanket. You might notice it was of a man, a very kind-eyed man. Hello, is it my turn already?
It is, although you're already awake, so you're ahead of me. I had to be I had to be woken up by loud talking. And then I feel like I just woke up now, but now I'm gonna go to sleep.
Yes, get some sleep. The sun has been up, so I've been up. It's I'll start my watch, thank you.
A tiny
Okay.
little man steps into the light coming from outside and says,
Good morrow, my lady.
Oh, good
May I?
morrow.
Accompany you to the engine.
Why, yes, of course. How chivalrous of you.
Come this way.
and he walks. I mean, it takes like 6 of his steps to keep up with one of yours.
So cute.
But
You're
he-
in good hands. Have fun, and I'll go collapse on my bed.
Sleep well. Did you have a good rest?
I slept so well, I dreamed of sugar plum fairies, it
You
seems.
did. I never dream.
You never dream.
Rarely, or I never remember them.
I wonder why. Curious. It's probably for the better, right?
You're
Keep-
probably right.
Oh, well, you're very agreeable.
as you make it up towards the engine room, going through the pass-through tinder here, it's real easy for him. This is wide open spaces for him as he makes it through. But you can see something happened in this engine room. It is soot everywhere. All of the gauges are covered. But the firebox is fine. It's still going. You can see that things have been taken care of. But it's dirty in here. He goes,
How? You all need a maid.
Yes, you know what? Everything seems fine. So, and Robin will reach into her bag
Mhm.
and she'll pull out, like a cloth. And she'll start just kind of cleaning up the gauges so that they can be read.
Great.
And she stops for a second. She looks down and she says, Pivm, I know you're quite small, but does my bag seem bigger to you?
He
Maybe I'm
walks
just
up towards it. He says,
Mhm.
Well, I haven't ever really seen your bag much. It's a big bag.
It is big. It's bigger, and maybe I'm just shrinking. I am getting old, they say. Happens in old age. And she kind of like,
I
rolls
myself
her
am
shoulders.
partial to mature ladies.
oh well. So my heart is taken, but I'll take the compliment.
Yes. People like wine get better with age.
I do appreciate that. Especially now when I think being in this cold has made my skin tough. And she's like rubbing her skin and it just feels tougher than she's used to. I just haven't been putting on my lotion like normal. This wilderness stuff, it's the salt water. I'll think of a million reasons, and it's not because I'm getting older.
Pivm comes over and looks at the roughness on the palms of your hands that you're speaking of, and he says,
Oh, the better to dig with. Now you can garden without gloves. This is the true calling.
Oh, you are speaking my love language, Pivm. and she'll start to talk to him about gardening. And
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh, he lights up. He knows everything about gardening. You share your tips and tricks back and forth. He can tell, he jumps off and he can put his, he puts his finger into the dirt and tastes it. He can tell you exactly the nitric concentration of this particular soil and what you could do to augment it, to make it better for whatever type of thing you're growing. He is just a font of vegetative knowledge.
Robin will pull out she's got her gardening tools that she takes everywhere, and she's going to show them off and be like, what do you think of these? They're brand new.
So, we have things like this, but these are incredible. They're huge.
And he looks down at your trowel, which is probably as tall as his shoulder.
He says, "Oh, I could dig a hole for a bush in an instant with this."
And Robin will once again reach into her bag, kind of having to dig a little deeper than normal because it feels a little bigger. And she pulls out a little packet of tulip seeds. And she's like, "Have you ever seen tulips?"
Yes, these lovely, we call them the cup flowers.
"Oh, how lovely. Well, in my absent-mindedness, I forgot to plant some at the last place we were. I'm trying to leave a little bit of myself at every stop we go, and I forgot. So I'll just have to plant double for the next place we go."
Oh, this is a wonderful idea. Now, in the cold, I don't know what we can do. I suppose the seeds, we plant them now, someplace deeper than the frost. This will be hard.
But see, that's the whole point, Pivm. You know, you plant them with all of your love and everything you can do to help them, and then you just have to let them go and see if they can survive on their own. It's like a simile for life, I like to think.
Are you sure you're not a scribe? You could tell stories.
Oh, I don't know about a scribe, but I did spend some time working at a library back in my day, and I would read stories to the children every Sunday. It was my favorite pastime.
I see. Well, you remind me of one of my sisters, although she was much older than you.
Oh, you have a sister. One of your sisters.
One of my sisters. I have many, many, many siblings and cousins and nieces and nephews. And
Wow. Well, I don't want to stereotype, but the garden gnomes in my garden, the family grew richer and richer and further until my garden was filled with garden gnomes I don't even remember purchasing. It's like they were just growing out of the ground at some point.
Oh, you're telling me you have bandicoots like me on Éarte?
Oh, of course, with the hat and the beard and everything. It's a spitting image, and we love to have them in our yards.
Oh, are they pleasant folk?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, they could listen to you talk for hours. I can remember
yes.
spending hours in my garden just talking the day
Yes.
away.
Bandicoots are good listeners. Yes.
Yes, absolutely. And they're really fun to hide around in the bushes and in the trees so that people just get a little surprise every once in a while if they look extra close.
You really do know all about us. We love hide. You gotta hide is the best game to play.
Yes, it is.
So as you all, he's, picks up a few twigs to throw into the fire whenever he can. But you'll be having to do most of the shoveling of the fire. But he kind of, keeps an eye out and he's looking around and, he's been in this area before. So, Pivm will tell you some of the stories of his treks, his hiking around this area that he has done. He says oftentimes he will transform into another animal in order to make better time. So if he can transform into a coyote or a rabbit, something fast, he will do so that he can, run as quickly as possible from place to place and better blend in, just in case, any of the scary forces of the Vale end up coming upon him.
Pivm, you are so brave. This land is beautiful, but to trek it alone for so many years, it breaks my heart just thinking about it.
A little glistening in the corner of his eye, he says,
"Well, was not my choice. I'm lost here. I hoped to find Éarte. Now that I have found it in you and your friends, I hope to find home."
If there's anything we can do to help, I'll make sure that we do.
Yeah, he smiles at that and nods his head as the time continues to tick on through the morning into midday. The sun rises up above. Even though it is still cold out, you get a little bit of warmth from that sun, and the rest of you begin to rise.
Mhm. Okay. Randomly out of nowhere, like using thaumaturgy, if you're somewhat awake, you just hear like bellowing through the car. I don't want to eat it. Like just out of nowhere, randomly. You
I
just
think
hear that.
Neb is probably like half waking up and like, still in kind of pajama tops, but was putting on jeans and Fairuza, and she'll go running out in like bare feet and pulling up jeans. Fairuza, what are you talking about?
And Fairuza's sitting up in her bed, and you see like her feet over the edge of the bed, and she's like, I just had the worst nightmare. And I don't remember what it was about, but it caused me to have like this I felt forced. It was weird. It was vivid, but I can't remember what the dream was. But it wasn't a dream. It was a nightmare. I felt like it's something. What?
You were yelling something about not wanting to eat something.
Oh, that's weird because I just had a nightmare that some very, very loud woman abruptly awakened me from my slumber with yelling, I don't want to eat that or whatever.
Silas, I have no idea that's a strange dream, and I don't know why you would have had it.
I don't know. It's like, and I don't really know what it was in reference to. Is Silas in the doorway? Saying that?
Yeah, Silas is definitely making his way out. He was yelling that down the hall, but he's like, so what's going on?
I don't know. I feel like maybe there's something that I was supposed to know in that dream. I mean, why would I haven't really had that many dreams since I've been on this trip. Why would I have a dream like that? Silas.
What did you say, like specifically, what did you say?
I don't know. I guess I screamed I didn't want to eat it, but there's something, there's something. No, I didn't want to eat whatever it was. I don't remember.
Was it mayonnaise?
I don't like mayonnaise, that's true.
And that would be a weird thing to eat by itself, though.
Yeah.
I don't know. Some people.
Maybe there's something that Silas, this is what I wanted to ask you.
Okay.
I remember a while back you said you were learning how to probe thoughts.
Oh yeah.
He's getting real good at it.
Oh, you want me to see if I can uncover what happened?
Well, I don't know. I mean, do you have the ability maybe to like seep into like subconscious, like things that we don't even know we're thinking maybe?
I'm not exactly sure, but I could try if you want me to.
Is it dangerous to you to do that?
No, it's not dangerous to me at all. The only danger is that I see something that you don't want me to see.
I didn't think of that. No judgments, though.
Yeah, no. Trust me, I've done horrible things. Okay, so no, I'm not offering. You know, in one of my favorite shows, the main character was throwing some darts one time, and he talked about that you need to be curious and not judgmental. So I'll just enter it by being curious. Yeah.
Fairuza, I can at least tell you, because we were having a little bit of experimentation last night. It didn't hurt. It was fine.
You didn't do anything. It was okay, because I have to say, I have not really dreamed at all since I've been here, but this particular dream, there was something in there that was, I guess it must have come out wrong out loud, but maybe there was something, it just stands out. I don't know. Maybe it's nothing. But do you want to try it?
I mean, I'm willing to try if you are.
Okay, what I have to do? Now, remember, with this, I want you to try to look into like my subconscious, like the part of my mind that I may not be aware I'm thinking. Maybe it's in there.
Okay. And one more time, Neb, did you hear her clearly? She said, I don't want to eat it. What did she say?
I don't want to eat that or something like that. She, like very insistent and loud and yeah.
You ready, Fairuza?
Yeah, what should I do?
Yeah,
She's just sitting in bed.
Relax.
Like,
just relax. and I'm going to try to detect her thoughts. What do
Okay.
I get at a surface level?
At a surface level, Fairuza, and then if he decides to probe deeper, you can choose to automatically fail the saving throw that we'd normally make.
Oh yeah. Okay. So yeah, roll. Let's see. See if you can roll the
Yeah,
d20.
that's fine.
Roll
Yeah,
the d20. Yeah.
Well, no, it's a saving throw for you.
Oh, it
And
is?
it'll be a wisdom saving throw of 14
Okay. For you or me?
for you.
Oh, for me.
But you
Okay,
can
let's-
choose to fail it if you're going to allow him.
Yeah,
to
if
come
you
deeper.
if you succeed, then I have to stop and
Yeah.
and I can't dig any deeper.
So
Yeah.
so if you want to just let him dig deeper, you can just choose to fail it, and
Okay.
you will then tell him. So give us a little bit of flavor on your surface thoughts, and when Silas makes his dive deeper,
Pass
you can tell
into-
what he finds in your deeper, more subconscious thoughts.
Okay. So when you're at the top, first, like you're just transported into a dark room by yourself. Like dark, it looks like, and there's like all of a sudden a projection light, like you've seen TV movies that do that projection light. And you see a little girl sitting at a table and she has an empty plate. And then all of a sudden on the plate, there's like some liver and onions or something, just like something like that. But then it disappears. And then all of a sudden, everything just blinks. You're going deeper now, right?
If you're allowing
You're
that,
ready.
yes.
All right.
Yeah. And then you're in like a farmhouse somewhere. And everyone in this train is in the farmhouse with you. But everyone's just stuck, frozen. And there's out of nowhere like this big set of eyes staring at everybody. And then you're just stuck back in the room.
Okay.
What did you see?
I before I try to explain it, I want to just throw out there that I am just a messenger here. That I am reading what is coming out of your mind. Okay, so I just want to make sure that everybody's on the same page. Is it just Neb and Fairuza still at this point?
Yeah, I think
so.
Robin and Pivm are still up in the engine room,
Got
as
it.
far as I know.
Okay.
So Maeve, it would just be if you have heard the commotion or anything and come to join.
Yeah, I think once everyone starts screaming all sort of very blearily, just
What?
kind of. I think I poked my head out when they were all yelling and then
Yes.
went back into my room and got dressed and then came out once things probably had calmed down a little, and I'm coming in
Gotcha.
with my coffee, just sort of like
Yeah, and so
Anything.
at first, so for instance, to explain this, as Neb was letting me explore some surface thoughts last night, I it's almost like I go there, like I feel like I'm projecting, almost like, I don't know, not necessarily my body, but like myself there, kind of like, astrally, like Professor X, kind of a little bit. And so it's like, but I often like end up in a place. So when I did this to the octopus, it was like I was, basically in some kind of underwater cave or something. Like when I went in there with Neb, it was like this wide open space, like almost like I was, unfettered, like I was in the sky almost or something. But then with you right then, I was taken into just like a super dark room with like a single light. It was like 11 in Stranger Things almost for a second. It was like, just like nothing there. And then somebody put, I don't even know what this stuff was. It looked like it was like just like feces on your plate, but it was I don't know, like it might have had onions in it, but it looked disgusting. And it was on your plate.
Neb's
and
not awake enough for this story.
Yeah.
Or not Neb, I'm sorry,
I mean,
Maeve.
I'm hungry,
Maeve is
but-
not awake enough for this.
No,
And-
you know what?
and-
Neb is not awake enough for
Yes,
that
not
either.
and ultimately there was a little girl there, and for whatever reason I felt like that was you. So there was a little girl sitting at a table in this dark room, and they put some kind of junk on your plate. And so I would assume maybe that's why you're saying, like, no, I don't want to eat that. But then after that, I pushed a little deeper, and then all of a sudden we're in like a farmhouse or something, and all of us were there. So the heroes of the Vale, or whatever we're calling ourselves, like everybody was there, right? And all of a sudden, but everybody was frozen. Everybody was just frozen, not like ice frozen, but frozen in place. And then these giant eyes, I haven't seen much of anything like this before, but these giant eyes were just there watching us. And then I came out of it. I couldn't go any further. So again, I'm just the messenger here. I'm trying to tell you what I saw inside there. I have no interpretation for it right now, but just letting you know what I saw.
That's what it is. I have no idea where the beginning of that came from. It's probably something I have to think about further, but I don't mean to alarm everyone. But
Nothing good ever comes out of that sentence.
This is going to be good. Yeah.
But we appreciate the warning.
We left the water. And we're totally fine right now. For all intents and purposes, we're totally fine. But there's a weird feeling I have that there's something that's watching us. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know, but it's a weird feeling I have, and I think that somehow that thought has seeped into my subconscious. Maybe I'm losing my mind. I don't know.
Fairuza, every time you have gone through something like this and you've doubted yourself, you've been right. So I think you just need to trust yourself. I mean, if you say that you think we're being watched, even if it's just your subconscious, then I'm going to trust your subconscious, because your subconscious has been right about a bunch of things.
I don't disagree with that point. Maybe I don't disagree, but I mean, I will just kind of offer up that we all do interesting things, and interesting things happen in our minds when we're afraid of something or anything. And I'm just saying, like, what I am telling you, I don't think there's anything magical about it that like confirms how real it is. I'm talking physically real here. But so I'm just saying that this is what your mind is saying. And I'm just putting out there, again, it could absolutely be real, but I'm just saying it could be, some paranoia that's coming from, we've been through a really, really strange experience.
That's true. I mean, I did kind of go through some craziness in the water as well. You're right. You're absolutely right.
I wonder if Robin's ever been like an assistant to a therapist or something.
She said she was a psychic.
Robin starts taking episodes.
Neb is actually going to get up and walk in that direction and be like, "Oh, Robin, I think I need your help." And she'll go
let's get
Robin.
up and go.
All right.
So thank you for that, Silas. I mean, I don't, like I said, maybe it's just something.
What did the eyes look like?
Yeah, you explain that part, because all I remember
Oh,
hearing
yeah,
was
that's
that.
right.
I didn't actually read your mind.
They're not human eyes. They're not human. So, but they're definitely two eyes. So whatever it is has two eyes. But it is two. But they're not human eyes, though.
Two eyes.
But they're definitely like this. Yeah.
I'll offer vertical slits.
Oh, okay. So Silas is definitely going to say that then, if that's what he said. Like they were slitted eyes, vertical slits. So we're talking like, I don't know, snake-like, could be dinosaurs.
What the heck?
They didn't look
sorry
human.
that I don't have anything else in my head. It was just a dream. I don't know. I guess.
In the farmhouse of the kind of, where you saw everyone frozen, the eyes sort of appeared to be kind of floating above in the darkness above. It was a very like dusty shafts of light kind of room. And so you could not see anything other than just the glow of these vertical slit eyes.
Did I
above
get
all
the
of you.
impression? Did I get the impression that they? But because again, especially at this point,
Mm-hmm.
I am used to seeing myself
Mm-hmm.
astrally, so
Mhm.
like not actually there but projected there.
Mhm.
Did I get the impression that the eyes felt like they were physically in this space, or were they superimposed or projected there? Does that make sense what I'm asking?
Yes, it does make
Okay.
sense what you're asking. Alicia, if you agree with me, I would answer to say probably more the latter.
Okay.
Mhm.
Less that
Yeah.
there was something literally there, and more that something using some kind of
Yeah, I was just trying to
Technique.
make sure that it wasn't like some large creature in the hayloft, like looking down on us or something. just in
someone who
shadow.
was not experienced with the kind of astral projection type thing that you do might have thought that. It looked like if you were to look into the woods and see the reflective eyes of a creature in the darkness, it looked like that. But because of your particular perspective on this,
Perfect.
you're pretty sure these were not attached to something.
I'm going to
physical
share
in
that with
space.
everyone as well.
Mhm. Well, that's unsettling. All right, sorry. I honestly, I did not want to shake everyone up. I just wanted everyone to have a nice sleep and a good morning. And I guess I just woke up out of a sleep with that.
Wonderful top of the morning to everyone. Yes.
Oh my God.
More
Something to-
weirdness. It must be a Wednesday.
It must be. Isn't it Christmas?
Yeah. Oh,
It is Christmas Day. Yes.
Happy
Santa
Christmas
here is
to everyone.
very strange.
Yeah, it was just Santa. You've heard the song, right? He sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. He knows if you've been bad or good. So good, for goodness
Oh my
sake.
God, that horror movie of Santa with vertical slit eyes, watching you from another dimension.
You better watch out.
The dude from Zero Latitude. All right.
Nope. Nope. No, thank you.
Are you all making your way to the end? I assume you want to get this train running again. Yes.
You'll,
All
you'll
right.
find.
Yeah, so hey, at some point last night, listen, now I'm just going to spill the beans here. I messed up and put too much wood in the furnace.
That's not
and we
what
had-
happened.
It
That's
is
not-
exactly what
that's-
happened.
no,
I put
that-
too much wood in the furnace.
Nope.
And
That's
What
so
you guys
as
doing
that-
here?
there
It's a
wasn't.
mess.
There was an accident because I asked Silas to go up on the roof with me, and so
it was still my decision to put that much wood in there. So I put
It
too
was-
much wood in here. It kind of had a minor explosion.
What are you
We got
guys
it
doing
under
on the
control.
roof?
Hey,
have you seen the stars?
good.
Well, I mean, you can't see the stars
It's
right now.
far
but the-
too early for this, and I just walk out to go get more coffee.
He leaves the room again.
Pivm stands and goes,
Well, it all seems to be working, so it's okay.
It's working okay?
That's
Yeah,
right, Crash. You tell them.
See,
And,
it's like Silas
Robin,
says.
Ms.
it's
Robin
all
here
fine.
cleaned up all the gauges.
Spaghetti's back.
I can't believe we
It's
didn't
fine.
clean up after ourselves, Neb. Like, that's ridiculous, honestly. I'm sorry, Miss Robin. We should have wiped off the gauges.
We should have. We were just busy doing other things. Also, I didn't know that any of that could be wiped off. I kind of thought it was all burnt for good.
Being honest, that's where I was at too. But
Yeah.
I'm glad that they wiped off. Thanks, Miss Robin.
Oh,
Also-
of course. I love cleaning up after people. It makes me feel like a grandmother.
Well, that's good because we need a lot of cleaning up after. You wouldn't happen to have been like a psychologist assistant or do anything in mental health
Dream
or
interpreter.
dream interpretation or any of that?
I did do some dream interpreting during the 3 weeks I was a psychic, but that's
Oh yeah.
The 3 weeks. I forgot.
So what do you think giant disembodied vertical slit eyes staring at all of us frozen in place in an old abandoned farmhouse? What does that mean?
it
Maeve
means that
comes-
you probably had pizza for dinner.
What?
Fairuza, did you
Might
have pizza
have.
for dinner?
Maeve
I
comes
wish
back
we had
in and she
pizza
goes,
for dinner. Didn't we have like biscuits or granola and some berries?
What kind of berries were they?
Really good
Ned
ones.
cooks up.
Maeve comes back in and says, it means that it's 2:13 in the morning. Someone was telling you about how someone was watching them all the time, and then you went to sleep right afterward. You're welcome. Can we get this
And as we
written?
said, it's Christmas, so it could have been
Babe
Santa.
starts getting the train going.
How far are we? Well, we're still the same. We didn't go anywhere, so we're still as far as we were.
You did about 3 hours of traveling.
Yeah.
Maybe this time we should all watch Maeve. Let's just hang out.
Yeah, while we're here during the day,
Maeve's
let's
gonna jump
all
off the train.
Okay, I will offer that. If you want, for the next 3 hours while Maeve drives, if you all want to observe, we'll knock this out in one. And Fairuza
This
can
is
help.
precisely how I envisioned my Christmas morning.
I mean,
And
I
then-
was going to
and
go
then
get
Silas
Chinese
just
food in a
starts-
movie, but that's usually what I
At
do.
some point, Silas is definitely going to. It's like loud as hell in here, like all this playing around. He's like, "Silent night," and he just starts like caroling and trying to get other people to sing. And if he doesn't get anybody else to sing, he starts doing minor allusions to chorus his voice with different harmony parts and everything else.
Pivm doesn't
with
know the
Carolyn.
words, doesn't know the song, but he's entranced by it and starts to try to harmonize as you get through other things. But his voice is horrendous.
Okay.
I mean, it is like bullfrogs singing.
After
along.
I see my buddy Crash start to try
Yeah.
to dig in here, I am going to actually, using minor illusion, I'm going to start broadcasting the words that we're about to sing onto the wall
with a little
where he can-
bouncing ball on top.
Yes, that's it. That's it. And so because I want him to know the words.
Carrie Éarte.
Like encoding thoughts.
All is well.
You're doing it, Crash.
Is right.
Perfect.
I've never gone caroling before, but
That
this
was
is
so
probably
calm and bright. Thanks, Pivm.
As you begin to reach the height of, you're just going through all of the Christmas songs that you can remember with the little bouncing ball. It's a real like festival of celebration in this train as you're all watching and learning from Maeve. And as you begin to close out that 3-hour time, you can see a station off in the distance. About 5-10 minutes of continuing to ride, you begin slowing the train down immediately to sort of, take away some of that space, some of that speed. As you come to a stop, this station, again, is literally just a wooden platform on the mountainside because it is, again, quite a steep drop off on the right. So on the left, there's just a wooden platform at the height of the train that you can step out onto and has some ladders taking you down into the snow, but you don't even really need them because the snow pack up here is very, very thick and high. As you look up, between two ridges of the mountain is a humongous glacier. It is riddled with cracks and crevices where the weight of the snow has been pushing down and creating these spaces within it. It glistens blue in the sunlight because of the denseness of this ice and the way that it's absorbing the light. All you see is a small, thin, icy, rocky path. There's an arrow that goes left and an arrow that goes right that seems to walk all the way up around the ridge, around the perimeter of this glacier. You can pretty much see the whole path as it circles around the bowl of the glacier. Up towards the top third, it juts in on a very thin path right along the edge of the top of the mountain, which is a very sheer cliff. So it is quite clear that this glacier that might have been higher just strafed all of that rock off until it settled in this sort of basin. And if you know anything at all about glaciers and geology, in the next few centuries, probably it's on its way down further. But this is where it has settled for now.
Hey, Silas.
Yes.
You want to make a bet there's something we need in the center of the glacier?
Yeah, and the absolute worst part that we could possibly have to go to, that's where that damn shard's going to be.
Oh my.
What?
It's probably
No,
a
they
bad
just leave
idea.
it right on the platform for us. They make it easy. Just
I mean,
open
just
the door,
one
sitting
day.
right there on a
Maybe by the
lovely
fifth
velvet pillow with hot cocoa.
We're going to go to a
Christmas
forest
tree.
at the end, and it's just going to be like, oh, hey, you did all this horrible, horrible effort for the other 4. Here is a present with a bow on it. And you open it up, and it's a mirror shard. I'm sure that's what the last one's going to be.
As this conversation is going on, Neb wants to take a really good look around the platform that we're on,
Mm-hmm.
looking for any type of plaque, signage, information, and then
Investigation check.
if there's still time, she wants to see how deep the snow actually is.
Investigation.
Before we get off
Yeah.
the train, I know that I had the book that I was looking through for information, and we were going to go get gear before we go as well. So I want to make sure we do both of those before we are on the path out.
Yes.
Silas
Okay,
is
so
definitely
Neb.
not wearing these weird pants or shorts on this
Gotcha.
little excursion.
So Neb, you're going to stay on the platform essentially, which is right up next to it, looking for this.
Yes.
And the rest of you will head to the gear, the luggage car to sort of see what you want to take. Okay, cool. So Neb, yes, give me that investigation check.
14.
14. So there is no signage here. It's quite worn. This does not look like very many people have trekked across this little platform. It is covered in a sheet of ice. Even you feel in your sneakers, you have a little slip and skid. It's very difficult to walk on this and stay stable. You're holding on to the train to keep that yourself from falling. As you get closer over towards the ladder and can kind of lean over and look down, underneath the platform, you can see that, there's a good 3-4 feet. This ice pack, there's snow that's probably 3 feet, 2 to 3 feet deep, but the ice pack beneath it, where this glacier kind of takes over, because here it's still rocky where the train tracks go, that is impossible to tell from where you are.
I don't know if Pivm's still around or if anybody is still around at this point before Neb goes inside to also get appropriate shoes and everything, but she'll look over at Pivm and go, I think the snow is higher than either of us are. I have a feeling I'm probably not going to be trekking through it on 2 legs.
He goes, lucky we got our special talent, huh?
Do you have a suggestion for what? Because I was going to go wolf, but I don't know, what's good for running on snow?
Pivm sits down almost like he's going through the Rolodex in his mind.
And he goes, big flat feet. Duck. What do you think?
I was thinking of a goose last night.
Goose. Goose is a great idea.
I mean, they're really mean geese, too. I could probably defend everybody as that kind of goose. Okay.
Get high intimidation.
I mean, have you seen the inside of a goose's bill? That's horrifying.
Seen it. I've been it. I can make it.
Oh, I haven't yet. I guess I'm gonna find out. I don't know. Well, let's go get some gear with everybody else.
He'll turn and walk with you. And he turns to you and he looks at you and goes,
Penguin.
Oh, look at it slide.
You know what? When we get to the
We
top,
won't be very fast.
well, not up, but when we get to the top and we need to come down, we'll both penguin and I'll race you.
I'll race ya. Eat my dust. Eat my snow dust.
Eat my ice.
Eat my ice.
Is that a thing? I don't know. Well, it's going to be a thing now.
the thing now. All right, you all head back to the luggage car.
My flurry.
As you begin to look through things, there's plenty of things you can use to stay warm and that kind of stuff that we can find. I believe there are only 2 crampons that you found. If I remember last time we were looking at things, and 3 snowshoes. Does that sound about right? I thought I looked up my notes, but I might be wrong.
That maybe what we took. Hang on.
What
I
you
have
took
it.
before?
Yeah, let me look.
3 snowshoes, I think.
3 snowshoes, I thought. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I can
Hang
double check
on.
as well.
I have it. One
I thought there were only
second.
2, so we're going to go with what everybody else is saying.
I mean, all I have is a brand new mug with the Polaris logo on it. And that's really all I need.
Wait, were we taking? Are we looking before the mine, or we're looking before
Yeah.
I think it was.
Before the
I think
mine.
it was before the
Yeah,
mine.
I was looking
the?
before
Yeah.
the mine.
Okay.
With the wolves.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. I have 3 crampons and 3 snowshoes.
Mhm. All right.
Cool.
And I can't remember at all what a crampon is. What is
Crampon are essentially they're they're like little chain attachments that you can like fix onto regular shoes, and they have spikes
that? Oh yeah, got it.
on the bottom so that you can walk on ice.
Yeah,
Chains
This
for
is
your
what-
feet instead of for your
This
wheels.
is what I had from last time. What we had available.
Yes, that's what I have. So 3 crampons and 3
Mhm.
snowshoes.
That's what I have. Yep.
Okay.
Oh, good. Oh, that's good. That's good. Perfect. 2 tents. Yeah, I knew we had the 5 sets of harnesses, but I thought we still have the harnesses. We didn't.
The
That was
harnesses.
before we went in. Now we may have less.
I
Yeah.
mean, the harnesses
Yeah.
were on you, so you still have the harnesses. What you don't have is the rope any longer. You lost a lot of rope. But yes, you have 3 crampons and 3 snowshoes that you can split between you to try and travel on this kind of terrain. Snowshoes are going to be better for snow. Crampons are going to be better for ice. Pivm looks over to Neb and goes,
We won't be needing any of that, will we?
Probably not, but you know what? If I learned anything from our last little adventure under the water, it's good to have them ready just in case. I don't know about you, but I get knocked out of being an awesome wolf very easily, and so I would like to have something on my feet when that happens.
fantastic.
But I'll take whatever is left over, whatever you all want to go for first, and then I'll just wear whatever is left over and then turn into a goose.
Okay.
Yeah, and at this point in time, you actually see Silas is wearing another pair of Jordans that are not the Jordan 12s that he had been wearing. And he's like I'm gonna stick here, so I'll use crampons, I guess.
Okay.
If we
Yeah.
need that, but it's okay because these are the least valuable, and so if they get ruined, it'll be okay.
All right. So he's taking a crampon.
Yeah. I think Fairuza needs crampons because I don't think
Fairuza will take a crampon,
snowshoes
the
are going to be right
spikes.
size.
Okay. I mean, snowshoes are big. They adjust to different sized feet and boots. But
Ooh.
crampons, we have Silas and Fairuza.
I mean, it's gonna be you or me. There is Robin.
Robin actually has slipped away. So she's kind of let you all
Okay.
divvy up because she'll take whatever's left. She wants to make sure everyone else can do it. She comes back from her room and she's wearing a knitted shawl, and it's of turquoise and greens and like just like a mix of all these greens and lacy like shawls, and she's like looks like she's just bundled up and ready to go out into the winter. So she's
Wow.
All
Did
right,
you
now
make
we're
that, Miss
ready.
Robin?
Okay.
Oh, this I wish. It came from my Aunt Rosie. So she made it, and I've kept it for years. And I just think this is the right time to be nice and cozy as we go.
Cozy from Rosie.
Aw. Well, it's gorgeous.
All right. So, Maeve, do you want to take that last set of crampons?
Sure, I'll take
All
the
right.
last set of crampons.
There's a snowshoe pack left for you, Robin.
Okay.
We'll take the, Pivm and Neb can take the other 2 sets of snowshoes. And the group of you, if you can grab food and things like that, we'll sort of, all those kinds of things, natural sort of backpack kind of things. We'll say you have those basic supplies packed up and ready to go. Little extra. Maybe I think you probably have 50 to 100 feet of rope left over you can bring.
Silas is going to
double
make
check
sure that he
Mhm.
brings something that could cut some of that reinforced rope
Okay.
With him as well. Just want to
Okay.
kind of call that out ahead of time.
Sure. There's a couple of, really good like hunting knives or like, strong sort of that kind of thing in the with the other equipment that you can grab. As the 6 of you make your way out onto that icy platform, looking up at this huge glacier in front of you and these narrow paths, icy rocky paths going off to the side. You'll have to decide what you want to do next time on Children of Éarte. Thank you all so much for being here. And thank you, Josh. Thank you, players. Thank you, everybody at home. And please remember that life itself is the most wonderful fairy tale. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye.